This is a Anything Goes podcast production.
Welcome back, you guys. All right, this is a new episode of the Journey of a Soul Sister podcast. Like I always say, some of these episodes will be visual or audio. It depends on what type of guest I have or what's going on today. But let us break it all down, right? I am so excited, you guys. Like I have. I've been trying to get her on my show for a while. It's like the men, they be easy to come, but the women, they slow to the game. I don't know why they do be like that. I swear I love y'all. But anyway, she's here. You may have seen her on TV. You may have seen her clothing line. You may have seen her helping the community and even on her own podcast. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself, Queen.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, girl. It's been a lot. It's your girl, Precious Champagne. Everyone calls me Champagne.
Yes,
But
they do. Yes, they do. So where can they find you at, Miss Precious Champagne?
on Instagram, Champagne _ PHB More. Yeah.
That's what
And
you have to do.
what else? Be More Champagne on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And Precious Champagne.
Champagne.
Champagne. Because that's the government.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That I keep under wraps. On Facebook. Yeah.
I'm so excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming today. My face is lighting up and smiling because I love it. Your energy from the first day that I met you was amazing.
Same.
I love it. So let's let people know who don't know about you, right? Like, what are you out here doing in the community? What's your resume look like? Let's run it down briefly for the people.
What am I not doing right now? I'm really just enjoying life, experiencing things, trying new things, and in that journey.
Exactly. Let's go.
You know, well, I started off like most people with a normal career, working 9 to 5 in the IT field, and got a little bored at work. Started enterprising, so I started my first business centered around like hardware, software, computer stuff.
Okay.
And I've always been like an artsy craft type person, so then I started another little thing. And I wrote a book.
All right.
I started a publishing company, published a couple
Whoop, whoop.
other girls.
Come on now, Black Girl Magic.
Yeah, so now I'm just working all my angles,
Working all your angles. So I don't know if you guys saw her face on like your YouTube or your TV. Let them know. Come on now.
So
we're not going to forget about these things.
Because the acting is pretty new. So I did my first play, I think in 2000, it might have been 17 or 19. I can't, COVID has messed me up time-wise. Like, I'm so bad with time now. But fairly recently, I did my first play, and then it just kind of took off from there. I ended up in a web series. It's called Project Heat.
Whoop, whoop, Project
Y'all
Heat.
have to check out
it out.
Project Heat Baltimore. Now, Project Heat is franchise. They have a New York, an Atlanta version, a Connecticut version, and they have other shows within the Show Up Films family, but I'm primarily on Project Heat Baltimore. I've been in a Halloween film with them. I've also done a couple of other plays. We Own the City.
Y'all know that. HBO.
Yeah. I did Billions too.
Really?
On
I'm going to have to
Showtime.
check that out.
Little background stuff,
It don't matter.
I feel like, so that's one thing that I've learned throughout all the different things that I've been doing is to appreciate the process and enjoy the journey.
Y'all hear that? Enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you get to that end goal and you're at the bottom of another mountain now, or you have to start over and start the next goal now. So you kind of get into a cycle of chasing when you focus on the end result so relentlessly like I tend to do. So I'm just trying to learn how to relax.
Okay.
Other things unfold that you didn't even expect. And you have to allow for that. If you're so focused on this one way of being or one way of things manifesting, you'll miss out on something that could be an even bigger blessing for you. So That's where I'm at right now.
I agree with you 100% when you say, like, enjoy the little things that are happening throughout the journey, right? Let me tell you something. You say you focus on the end goal all the time. You be like, I got to get this, this, and this. A lot of people can relate to that because we only know what we set out to see. So when the other things happen, like, oh, yeah, I did that, but I haven't reached where I want to be.
Yeah.
So that's just about to be being appreciative. And listen, you open up some doors for other people that won't even have the opportunity or even think that it was possible for doing. So you say you jumped into the acting. What made you jump into it? Like, what you just like, one day I'm just going to go audition?
Well, I was bored as an adult. I don't have friends. You know, I'm not like I'm a little older, so I'm not really looking to be in a party scene, a crowd. I gotta get a table, spend all this money just so I can sit down because I'm not standing up. You know, it turns into this whole big thing. So I was like, Dad, what is a way that someone my age could meet like-minded people without, you know, the bull crap, the riffraff? And I started doing, like, I've gone to a couple different meetups, tech field type things, and something this audition for a play for Cornelius Adams popped up on my timeline, and I knew who Cornelius was. I've heard about him before, and I was like, let me just see, and I did, and
And you just
I've been rolling ever since. It's so fun, and I think the thing that makes it so enjoyable for me is because as a writer, I understand the aspects of building a character. So as an actress, I get to bring that vision to life, and not just my vision, someone else's. Like, it's fun. It's fun for me. I like it.
So for the fact that you just said, let me just see, do you know how hard that is for people to just see, to just jump out on a whim? It was just like something in you just told you just to go. What advice would you give people if they see something like that? Because everybody can't just go with, let me just see.
Yeah.
You like,
I mean,
look.
because at this, there's been plenty of things. Even now, there are things I see or want to audition for, and I don't try. And I think partly is myself getting in the way. So I think my advice would be dispel any of the negative thoughts. Like, just let go, let it go. At the end of the day, whatever you're doing right now, today, even if you fail miserably, no one's gonna be thinking about that in 100,000 years. No one's even gonna know who you are in 100,000 years. Your existence will probably be completely wiped out, and so just do it.
Just do it.
Fail. Don't be scared to look stupid. I mean, I know it's hard moving through that, but I feel like those moments are where you had the most growth. As hard as it may be, I don't know. It's easy to sit here and say that now because I done been through some things, but facing that for the first time was really hard, and you kind of build it like a muscle and get used to working through whatever trouble keeps you from
doing it. So
forward.
it's okay to just learn to deal with rejection, learn to that this may not be your break, but keep pushing past it anyway because you have the passion to do it.
That's the worst thing that's gonna happen. They're gonna say no.
But like, if they say no, then like, how you supposed to be like, no, what you mean no?
Yeah, you can say that. You can flip over a table too, but do it. And then the next time you won't flip the table over. You'll take it with more grace. You know, just progress. Start where you are. It doesn't matter how at the bottom you think you may be. Just take that first little step.
Y'all hear that? So anyone who's listening and watching, right? Take that first little step. She's here to tell you, like, she was doing her 9 to 5. She did her tech. She decided to write a book. You know what? I'm bored. What's the next thing to do? She decided to start a publishing company to help others, not only herself. And then she's like, I can act too. Why not? I write. Just do it. So even if that happens and that's something that you're facing, just make sure that you just take that step. I want to say kudos to you because it's hard. It's really hard, especially when you're dealing with other things in life. To just go ahead and just jump out there.
Yeah.
And more people today don't have that luxury of saying, hey, I'm just going to just do it because you have a lot of other responsibilities. So what was the most hardest thing for you during this journey? Like just accomplishing other goals? Because you said you went to school and you did IT things. Like, come on now, anybody that can deal with computers all day, that's something else.
But I think that's kind of what helped me. When I first started IT, the one thing about it was the fact that even though people program computers, we really don't have any control over them.
Mm.
And so learning how to let go, that's been my big, just learning how to let go of whatever I think it should be, how it should be, and accept whatever it is. Okay, this computer's broke. Software is installed properly. Everything looks like it should be working properly, but it isn't. But you kind of stay calm throughout that and keep pushing. Figure it out, it's a process, and you can't be too hard on yourself.
You can't be too hard. So have you ever been hard on yourself?
Sure, every day.
Every day?
Every single.
What do you say to yourself?
I can't even, like, it's embarrassing. That's what made me realize that I had so much negative self-talk.
Okay.
Because I I started thinking the stuff I say to myself I would never say to a friend. So why am I saying it to myself? And then I'm like, okay, I got an issue here. I have a problem here. And then the thing is, those thoughts become persistent, and you start to believe the lie because it's, and you gotta,
because it's something you say every day.
Now what's your mindset? Now that's who you are, and it started from something stupid, from failure that you didn't just accept or whatever, but it all starts somewhere, and kind of digging down. I know for me, because I suffered from anxiety. I don't even know where it came from. It's around 25, 26 years old. I think it was the pressure of life. I was out on my own. I had this job with these racist employees, and I felt like my lifestyle, my livelihood was at jeopardy. And I think that put me in a panicked state, because I knew that if I didn't bring it home and take care of myself, I had no backup. I had no help. Even though I had parents, I didn't depend on them. They were doing their own thing. And so I think that triggered something in me, and it's been stuck on that switch ever since. And when I finally became aware of it, it's been a process of kind of dismantling all of that.
So what do you do to dismantle it?
A lot of meditation and self-reflection. I really take stock of what is occurring in my head and what is actually occurring around me or physically happening. Like, we might have an interaction and I have some thoughts about that interaction, but those thoughts are not reflective of what really happened. But I'm replaying those thoughts. So now I'm like, I got the whole situation screwed up, and I believe it. Now I'm acting funny, or I'm treating you differently because of these thoughts. So having that awareness to take a step back, like, okay, I feel some kind of way. Why do I feel this way? What really happened? What can I point to? And the one thing that helped me even get to that is therapy.
I know that's right. Say that again. Say it again.
With Black people in therapy. But I'm telling you, if you find some trained professional, they're not trained to give you the answers of anything. What they're trained to do is teach you how to think in a way that you figure it out for yourself, because you have to live with whatever it is, you're setting up for yourself. The cognitive behavioral therapy of questioning your thoughts when you have anxiety, and realizing these patterns and challenging them, hands down. And I had a life coach, God bless her soul, Marcy.
Aww.
My sister hooked me up with her. I'm like, girl, a life coach, you doing too much,
They're really good.
But she really helped me, because therapy gonna help you learn these tools and stuff. My life coach helped me take those tools and apply it to my everyday life. And she held me accountable, and she stayed on my tail. I could hear her in my head now. She's a Taurus too.
That's good.
And that's part of the reason why they hooked me up with her. Very strong personality, this older white lady, little tiny thing. When I finally met her in person, I'm like, girl, the way you be talking to me on a phone, and then I will square up with you, Marcy.
That's good. That's good. I tell people all the time they should get a life coach. So I'm a certified life coach as well.
Really?
Yes. So I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it came because I ended up getting a life coach. And then they were like, well, you end up here trying to coach me. You need to be coaching others. And I'm like, no, I'm screwed up. I don't think I can tell other people what to do or like help them. But then once I started getting into it and really seeing how I'm able to help others lives, I've been helping people my whole life. Just never knew what it was called, if that makes sense. And And I just think that everyone should get a life coach. You should have more than one coach for separate things, business coaching and therapy. All Black people need therapy. I don't care what it is.
Yeah,
it's
we
passed
do.
down in our DNA.
Living
Like,
in
we
this
need it.
country, we do need
Yes,
therapy.
every single day.
Yeah.
So what is one of the most great things that you are proud of right now?
What? Huh?
What are you proud of right now? One of your biggest accomplishments of yourself.
I'm still here and I'm still trying.
I know that's right.
Like, because I mean, I've had medical issues, kind of health fail me terribly. You know, I've had very dire prognosis from doctors, serious stuff, and I don't know. I never let that stuff hold me back. I might have felt down about it for a while, had my grieving period. And then, you know, the regular life stuff that you go through, setbacks, getting denied for jobs, getting fired for nothing.
Honey.
And then, you know, not having any income, then getting denied for unemployment.
What? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so just different facets of life giving me problems, and I'm still... And I haven't let any of that really make me bitter.
You should.
You know? But it's so easy to take life experiences and say, oh, I'm this way now because I've learned my lesson. But what lesson are you really learning if that situation left you in a position where you're hurting other people, or you're behaving in a way that you're going to look back at in 10 years and be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. Or you're doing things to stain your soul. You know, I feel like some things we do in this lifetime are so bad that they leave a stain on your soul, and the redemption for that. I'm not a religious person. I'm not religious at all. My mother used to call me an atheist. She didn't understand, because I used to go back and forth with the pastor all the time. I grew up in the church, and you know, well, whatever. She understands now more, but you know, she doesn't put that atheist title on me. But you know, just coming into that understanding and whatever. But
yeah, that's understand. We do things in our life. We had to come here for a reason. We all have a purpose and a calling, right? But again, if you ain't get it right the first time, you got to come back and finish it. Just know it's going to happen that way. And you just a spiritual person. You know, there's a higher power. You know, there's things. You just,
exactly
what feels right for you, what is listed for you. I'm the same exact way. People don't understand it, but I know, like, and it took me a long time to tap into that and be proud of it. And if other people don't get it, it's on them. Like, I don't even be caring anymore. I'll be like, whatever. But for you not to stop, what somebody casts upon you is not what it is for you. We have the energy and the power within ourselves to dictate our own reality. So if you don't feel something, everything we ever want, or as far as medicine and stuff to take care of us, is here already on earth. You just got to tap into those people. You know, the herbalists, like people who specialize in herbs are really good. I be taking my little herbs. I be like, I don't care what they say. I ain't listening to them, you know. And you don't have to do the synthetic drugs or something that you take one drug to make you addicted to another drug or feel a different part of your body. That's the whole system and what it's designed to. And I work in healthcare. They probably about to get me. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm glad that you have the strength not to let that dictate your every single day. And for anyone that's going through this, y'all know I always got to turn and tell y'all, and who's listening, just because they cast something upon you does not mean that is what you are. The power of the mind, the fact that you can identify it. I had to take my hat off to you once again, and I ain't got no hat on, you know, that you are able to push through it, to identify that you're having these thoughts, identify what people say. You grieve for that moment, but you don't stop. You don't, you know how powerful that is, that you just don't stop. Like you said, people use those things as an excuse to act the way they act. And I'm a person who did that for a while because it's called victim. And I want to be the victim, and I am comfortable because as soon as I have to move a different type of way, then now I'm uncomfortable. Now I can't control it. Now I can't blame nobody else for my shortcomings but myself. So I am proud of you. I am so proud of you. I have to say that because people just don't do it. And I did it for a long time. I was like, they ain't care about me, I don't care about them. You know, and that's not the way we should be. We should always love everyone else. So your book, what did you write about your book? From an author to an author. Let people know what's the name of your book, where they can get your book.
Can I say a bad word?
Of course you can. Shit, I cuss all the time.
Can I say a bad word? Can I say a bad word? Remember that video?
Let it out.
The book is titled Dreams of a Bad Bitch.
Oh.
It's, I guess you would consider it like an urban fiction type.
Okay.
And like it's about a young lady who was orphaned at birth and then ended up being sex trafficked, and it's about her life kind of being in the realization that what has happened to her and coming out of it.
I know that's right.
And then she has two other women who, I mean, young ladies, because it's about young girls. That's another thing I gotta keep reminding
It's all right.
two other young girls who are coming into their own as well, and they are experiencing their own life situations, and they come together and have this friendship that blossoms and falls apart and blossoms.
That happens.
Ebbs
We
and
know
flows.
that.
Yes.
Because we all change. We know that.
Yeah.
So where can they get your book?
Currently on tovpub.com. It's available on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's still on Google Books, but definitely Amazon. I'm just gonna stick with Amazon because everybody uses Amazon.
That is true.
Yeah.
Amazon got their stuff with them, but everybody use Amazon. It's cool. It's cool.
We can talk about that,
Yes.
because they are a mess when it comes to publishing. They really are. Especially based on what they've turned into. I'm very upset with Amazon. I use them strategically for my publishing, but since that book was already there, and part 2 is coming out soon.
Okay.
Well, not soon is relative. So,
Okay.
my release date is January 1st.
All right.
So technically a year,
It's coming.
but that time is gonna fly by, especially if you haven't read the first one.
You got much time to catch up. Make sure y'all get it.
Ask me all the questions. Get your mind right about it and stuff.
You gonna do a book signing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Make sure I
am.
get my invitation. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. But my author is having a book signing May 20th.
Okay.
For her book Death of Innocence, which is also available on Amazon. Her name is Golden Infamous the Angel.
Okay, Miss Angel.
It's a college friend of mine. She calls herself the disabled diva because she has Huntington's disease.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what stage she is within the disease, but it is noticeable at this point,
Okay.
And she has some effects. It's if for those who don't know, it's a brain degenerative disease. The neurons stop being able to form new connections, and they kind of like destroy. So imagine your brain just disintegrating in your
And there's nothing you can do.
nothing. So it's very hard watching her go through that. But
She keep pushing though.
yeah,
She brought the head. She like, listen,
Yeah,
that may
we
be
about to
happening
do
to me
this.
again. What we just say, it does not matter what they cast upon us. It doesn't matter what we're going to do with our time. What matters is from your time. We all have a birth date and a death date, but that dash in between is what really makes a difference. That dash. So right now, her dash, she's strong. Look at you. It's okay. It's okay,
Yes.
baby. I know you about to cry. It's okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. You gonna make me cry. It's okay. You're there for her.
Yeah,
You're supporting
that's
her.
my girl.
That is your
Crazy.
girl.
And the funny thing is, the hard part, she's going through this brain thing, and it's causing, personality changes.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard.
It's
I see
okay.
her being a different person, and she's not always nice.
Well, hey, even when we ain't got nothing going on, are we always nice on some days?
But that's what it's teaching me. Like, sometimes people can't be the best version of themselves, and as their friend, as their loved one, it is up to you. So hold them down. Hold them down.
Hold them down.
Let's give each other a little more grace. Like, I
Grace.
feel like the world is so, you did this to me. Everybody thinks everyone is coming off so negatively to them. Everybody has a problem. They got a chip on their shoulder. They aggressive. They want to fight.
No reason.
Let's start, like, come on, y'all. You are a person living. You know how hard it is for yourself. So why would you think it's any easier? Or even if you do think it's easier, how could you not be empathetic and not understand? And maybe they in a place that you were in before.
Because I'll tell you this, right? Because people are in survival mode, right? And they can't see past that.
Yeah.
And if they don't feel as though someone else is empathetic to their situation, how could they even even relate to the next person, right? And then you have this saying that says grace is granted, blah, 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 which I don't believe in that. And that's in the Bible. Y'all can look up the right scripture. You know what I'm talking about. I think grace is what we should do automatically. Like you said, understand that we're all going through things. All of us have something that we won't always be our best self. And that was another reason why I wanted to start this podcast and do this and share. Let you know I'm not perfect and we all have a journey, but let's show each other grace. Let me show everyone that comes here that I appreciate them, that I admire something about every person that comes here. And for you to be that friend, I'm proud of you. Continue to be that friend. Continue to be that woman that's not going to stop. Continue to share the message that we're going to grant grace and you be the example. My saying that I always say to people, we always complain what the issue is, right? But are we a part of the problem or are we going to be the solution?
Exactly.
Are you the person that's going to make that change? Now, everybody ain't going to catch up to you. They're going to be like, girl, whatever. But you're setting the example. So anyone else that's following you and watching you, and trust me, people are watching you, they're going to practice what you do. Be that energy that you want to give to others. And that's what you're doing. I told you from the first day I met you, you were so kind, you were so sweet, you was nice, and I felt something. So I was like, you know what? I like her. And I don't like a lot of people. I will respect you, but I don't like a lot of people. But again,
feel the same way.
It's a beautiful thing that you have that. And don't let that go. Don't let it go. I don't care what anybody else say about you. I don't care about what you're thinking in your mind. You know how you feel, right? Pay attention to that. You meditate. You go through these things. You know it's a war. It will always be a war until we at peace. But always continue to surround yourself around everyone that's like-minded like you and that can teach you. You heard your little short little lady, R.I.P. You know she would have told you. And the more you keep trying and the more you keep pushing, that's going to make everybody else push. I'm sitting here listening to you like, yeah, I just act. I'm like, so maybe I should go act somewhere.
Yes.
Always wanted to, but
it.
afraid. You understand? But afraid.
We gonna get you.
See? And that right there, you motivated me. You teach me something. You said, you know what, but whatever. That's why when I asked you the question, I said, so what do you tell somebody when you hear just like, no, like whatever. Like I'm that person. I don't want to hear no damn no, right? So how do you do it? You say, just do it. It's okay. And then the next time you'll learn how to do it with ease. Do you not know how powerful that statement was? If you don't know, I'm here to tell you, girl. You got me goosebumps. So would there be anything that you would want to share with someone or a statement that you would want to say to anybody that's watching you or going on a journey or maybe having difficult times that you may have not said? Say it here so we can hear it. This might help me too. I'm just saying. I just like it. Listen. See, I got our crystals ready. I got the little sage ready. Our little bowl.
Well, one thing I always remember is that nothing lasts forever. No bad time, no bad moment lasts forever. All you got to do is get through the next second. If you got to break it down that deep, just get through the next second, the next minute. And before you know it, it'll be okay. Usually, that's been my experience. So,
I love that. I'm very transparent. I'm always transparent. I tell people that. I am going through some things right now. Even my producer will tell you, he said earlier to me, he said, I'm kind of glad you in a little bit of good spirits. I said, I'm trying to, right?
Yeah.
But for you to tell me it ain't going to last. It's just break it down to that second. So I need to remind myself of that, even though I tell people that all the time. But hearing someone else say that to me when you are dealing with difficult times, and I know I'm smiling, we having a good time, but it is a difficult time for me. And thank you. It's okay. But the fact that you told me break it down for every second. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to get through this next second. And right now I'm here with you. Your energy is beautiful. Right now, we are experiencing, we're being transparent, and we're sharing our journey. So that's what matters in this second, in this minute. Matter of fact, hey, this hour. People listening to us. So that is beautiful. So everyone who's listening, anybody want to know, break it down for a second. I ain't ashamed. And it's okay to say you're not okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to be strong anymore. We don't. And I want us Black women to know that, like, it is freaking K. We're not okay. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah, it is okay. Yeah.
But it is hard. It's hard when you got to show up every day with a smile on your face and put your, like you said, be the best version of yourself. But how can you be the best version of yourself if you're not okay and people don't grant you grace?
Yeah.
You make them. You make them.
Them
You make
pause
them.
saying that.
Right? So what can we expect for you besides the next book coming out? What's happening in the next couple of months to a year?
I'm looking to turn one of my books into something visual.
Okay.
Web series, maybe a TV show, maybe. I'm not sure. Still kind of fleshing that out. But I'm just still massaging everything that I got going on.
Okay.
You know, moving forward. To have so many different things going on at one time, it takes a long time to make progress on everything. So
I know.
yeah, but more clothes.
Okay.
I'm designing more clothes, getting more down with the sewing machine that my dog broke this morning. But
It's all right.
okay.
It's all right. You'll get it fixed. You will
Yeah.
get it fixed.
Stop.
Well, you let me know. I mean, I'm not a model, but I'll try. If it's anything I can help you with, let me know. We'll figure it out. We'll do it together. Because us women, we got to start helping each other.
Yeah.
Not looking for something in return, but just being there for a sister. So on this journey, I'm so glad that we have crossed paths because, you know, in every journey, you will cross several paths with different people. It may not continue forever, but it will be a significant part. So thank you. And I have to tell everybody because, you know, it's about that time. Let me turn to the camera. Getting used to this. You guys, this has been another wonderful episode of The Journey of a Soul Sister. As she shared her journey, she let people know, yeah, I was in IT. I did what I did, but I was bored. Then the next thing was, how can I be better or tap into other things that I really appreciate? Guess what? She just did it. That inspired me, and I hope that inspired you to just do and to grant people grace. Understand that people will not always show up with their best self. Don't take it personal, but be there for them to grant that grace. And on that, this has been another episode of The Journey of a Soul Sister.
This is a Anything Goes podcast production.